Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of the Mount Moon Review Podcast, where we still show reverence to Lord Helix anytime we're hoping for good pulls. I am your host, the Razgrees, with my co-host, the Blue Duck Gold Duck without the E. Duck, how you doing on this postponed podcast?
I am doing pretty great. We got a whole extra day to get some more news than we normally do, and there's still nothing.
There's some.
I wouldn't say nothing, but
there's some. But you're right. So typically we do the recordings on Monday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, we had some. It was me. It was my fault. I had a thing I had to do last night that I didn't get home until closer to 10 o'clock. So we pushed it back a day. So we're doing it tonight. Live on Twitch as per usual, but again, it'll just be a day late for iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And hopefully our fans are understanding of the things when they happen. We try to keep to our schedules the best we can, but unfortunately every once in a while things do happen, life occurs, and it's not as if we're doing this for a living, folks. We did not yet. I just had a Lig night tonight, so I'm coming directly from Lig. Duck was there, so that was cool. And as soon as Duck got home, we went live. So here we are. And Duck, I believe you have an agenda for us this evening. What do you want to start with?
So this is the biggest and most relevant piece of news. This would be this would definitely be regular podcast material. So Pokemon for the last month has been putting out random tweets and doing random facts about Pokemon they've revealed so far. And then it was Friday or Saturday, I think I found out about Saturday morning, the internet was abuzz with this glitch Pokemon.
It was a Twitter.
So they had a link to their site that said, hey, check out this new Pokemon. Well, that's weird. Why would they just tweet about it? And then when you go there, you click the link and it gives you a glitched image file. They're like, oops, our image is fine, but data miner just went in to the image file and it literally says glitch Pokemon.
Yeah. And
so then
there's this image, and we have the if you're watching us live on Twitch, I do have the image on the screen. But the best way we can describe it is it's just a pile of pixels. It really is. I mean, it's really hard to make it out, but it's green, white, and a little bit of yellow here and there. And there's one big, long, white piece just jutting out of the image. It's rather unusual when you look at it. It's kind of hard to figure out if this is a Pokemon or not.
So when I first saw that, I thought that was the HP bar. In the old Pokemon games where it would show the image. So I was a little confused, and I think that threw me off from the complete point of the image, which the internet figured out.
I think the internet might have figured it out, because I really like what I'm seeing here. If we take that image, turn it 90 degrees to the right, we have a little bit of it looks a little bit different in that the internet is now believing this is not a new Pokemon, but an evolution of a current Pokemon.
Right. A la what is it? Linoon evolving into man, I cannot remember that new Pokemon. Obstagoon.
There you go. But if we take this image, and people have already made a great render of what they believe it's going to look like, and we believe if you turn this image 90 degrees to the right, when they sharpen it up, we believe that this is going to be a new evolution for Farfetch'd. And there's a great image that's been going around. We have it on the stream.
There's a few different ones, but this is
my favorite. It looks like Farfetch'd evolves into like a medieval knight. He has a much bigger leek. He now has a shield made out of leaves, and he's got a nice little knight's helmet. And it looks, when you put the two images side by side to the pixelated glitch and this artist rendering, I find it hard to believe that this isn't right.
Yeah. Well, we will find out tomorrow, because they actually revealed that they're going to do a trailer tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. So try to tune in for that, and this is that they're going to reveal what the glitch Pokemon is. But there's a few things that like I think they might be baiting us. Like my first instinct is that that's what this is, Surfetched. They talked about Surfetched in the leak that's been right about everything else so far, and then we get this image. There's a description of the Pokemon. They gave us like the Pokédex entry, but with some blanks in it. So I'll just go down the list of everything we know for sure. The Pokemon, like what type of Pokemon it is, like how Charizard is the flame Pokemon or whatever, that was glitched out, so we couldn't see what that was. But we know it's a fighting type. It weighs 257.9 pounds.
Pounds
which is
or kilograms?
Extremely heavy.
Pounds or kilograms?
I think it's pounds. I think I double checked.
Okay.
Because of how that works. So then I looked up Pokemon by their weight to see what other Pokemon weigh this much, and the Pokemon that weigh close is Rhyhorn, Scizor, and Dugong.
Jeez.
Right. So I mean, I would picture Rhyhorn being super heavy, like that's a rhinoceros.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you can ride
the
him.
fact that this is supposed to be a bird that weighs this much, that's weighing almost 250 pounds. That's crazy. So I don't know if I think like that's why I that's why that was one of the images I liked better, because it was wearing armor.
Yeah, he's got the helmet going on, and I'm thinking I like the image, dude. It fits. It really does.
Right.
And we've heard about Surfetched now for a long time. I think
it's 100%. There is a thing called Surfetched in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
it was in. We've covered that in some of the leaks that we've back on. I think episode 1. So I'm sticking by it.
And then it has the ability Steadfast, which I believe it can't be flinched.
Which makes sense for a Pokemon wearing armor.
Right. Gallade is based off of a knight, and it also has that ability.
There we go.
And then there's the Pokédex entry, and it has blanks in it, so we don't know everything, but it says only blank that have survived many battles can attain this blank. When this Pokemon's blank ERs, like, like something verbs, it will retire from combat. So I'm thinking, and we've been I've spent the whole weekend trying to fill in blanks with people online, to figure this out. I think it's only Farfetch'd that have survived many battles can attain this evolution. When this Pokemon's leek or shield shatters, it will retire from combat.
Makes sense to me. I'll go with it. I'll roll with that.
And if its shield shatters, then it could be tied to like jousting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Absolutely. I mean, I go to the
like you lose the jousting battle if your shield breaks, right? I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
No, you just get dismounted, and typically when you get dismounted, it just means that you go to ground combat.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about jousting, but I thought breaking his shield was a thing. The most I know about jousting is from that Heath Ledger movie.
Oh jeez, so, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You had to sit through that. My God.
Yeah, we watched it in school. Like,
you watched that in school?
Yeah.
I just thought your woman hated you. Oh my God.
And then I'm pretty sure this is Surfetched, but maybe not, because it's glitched, so it could have something to do completely different than that. And when you click on the image on the Pokemon website, like they do this thing where like when you go to click on it, it moves. So then you have to like chase it around the screen till you get it.
It's missing no.
When you finally click on it, you hear Rotom's cry while the page loads.
It's missing.
So there's
no.
a few.
It's missing no.
It's Well, I mean, maybe. Missing no 2.
Missing no Z.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely find out tomorrow. So it's not as if we're gonna. By the time you probably hear this, if you're not watching it live, you'll probably.
Oh, true.
You're probably gonna be out there with the thing live. But at least this way we can make our predictions. You can tell if we're right or not. So.
I was almost tempted to say let's just record on Thursday so we can talk about the trailer, but then it's like, then we only have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to get more news for the next episode.
Which sometimes, when you're doing this, that can be pretty sparse. So probably not a great idea.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just
Just roll with it.
Yep, just roll with it. Record tonight and then talk about the trailer next episode.
Okay, so new Pokemon. We'll find out tomorrow, hopefully. And if you're interested and you're on Facebook at all, if you just search for the Mount Moon Review podcast, we do have a Facebook page. Both Duck and I post on there, and we'll post any information about the trailer that comes popping out. So if you miss the trailer live, or if we can get a link to it, we'll post it in there as well, just to make life easier for you.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I can also start posting the sources I find, like where I'm finding all this information on there.
That might be something we should do.
The Reddit posts I follow and all that.
Maybe. We'll see what we can do. So what do we got next on our agenda for this evening? So we got Surfetched out of the way. What else we got?
So we got an image, official reveal of an image. This was talked about on a couple forums, but I didn't, know for sure exactly what it was. Japan is apparently getting a box with sealed packs that has some staples of expanded cards in them.
Yeah, the box actually has some English writing on there, and it says Extra Regulation Box. Not sure what the top logo is. I think it's black and white, and then
it's
XY.
black and white and X and Y. BWXY.
Yeah. So essentially, this is going to be all expanded cards.
Or maybe I'm thinking maybe there was a translation error, and maybe it's just a box that has all these cards guaranteed in it. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
I didn't think about that till just now.
But yeah, they are getting a new product out that's going to be basically in the expanded format.
It's basically like an ETB for expanded.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
You're going to get sealed energies. I feel bad for the people that have been buying out some of these expanded cards. They released an image, and in the image is like Dark Patch, Computer Search, Saimin EX, Mega Rayquaza EX. A lot of these cards are cards that people are sitting on expecting to go up. Double Dragon Energy.
Yeah.
That was expected to go up when the next set releases, because you can
just because it's releasing in Japan doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get it in the US. It's usually it's usually a pretty good indicator, but it doesn't actually mean we're going to for certain.
Japan got a set of the best of X and Y right before it rotated, and all we got were the new cards in a promo box.
Yeah, so it could just be a Japan exclusive thing. They play a lot. Their formats are a little bit different than ours, and their meta is a lot different. So you really can't go when you're trying to follow the meta for upcoming events. You can't really look at Japan. You can draw some inspiration perhaps, but you can't copy a deck list because it's not going to work.
Yeah, that went out the window when with our rotation, because they don't really rotate in between blocks, so they'll have Sun and Moon, and Sun and Moon will be legal until Sun and Moon is not, until their standard is Sword and Shield on. Yeah,
which we there's rumors, there's possibilities, and there's I think maybe we started one of them that some of the rotations might come into line, hopefully with Japan and the rest of the world. So maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's not, but if it does, it's going to start with Sword and Shield.
Hopefully, we'll see. They are also getting a Tag All-Star set that we're pretty much guaranteed not to get.
Yeah, and we can get it, but won't be able to use it.
Right, and if we get it, then it'll just be more promos in a box.
Yeah, and just not really worth our time. But if we get
the X and Y box was $100. That was the one that came with the alternate art, the full art. Not Welder. Wow. The card that's almost as good as Welder. What is that called? Blacksmith.
Okay.
Full art Blacksmith. The Link went N. They had a new art of N in there.
But if the box does come out as it is in Japan, that's gonna, like you said, it's gonna throw a lot of people off that were trying to invest in cards. So I kind of want to see it happen, just to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, investing in cards is like a hit or miss thing with me. Like I want people to make good investments, but I also don't think there's any reason for cards to be worth hundreds of dollars. Like I want the best player might not play Pokemon because they can't afford the cards.
Yeah, and
So
it's very much a reality.
I would prefer the cards to be more accessible than anything.
Yeah,
and they are making it more accessible by making promos of cards like Tapu Lele.
Yeah, like there was discussion tonight before my league with people talking about what's the buy-in, and I had to explain to them it's not a tournament like your league. Your
Right.
league, you run strictly tournaments.
Well, I want people to come in. You don't have to play in the tournament to come to league.
I didn't say you did, but you do run a tournament every week.
I have a tournament every week, and what ends up happening is there's like one or two players that don't play, and then they don't really seem to have a great time. So.
Right. Whereas my league is structured quite differently, and it's just strictly casual play in expanded format, strictly because new players coming in that don't have the funds or the knowledge to construct that standard format deck, especially right after rotation. So and that's a lot of things with new players. They come in with they've been collecting cards. They have no idea how to play the game, but they've been collecting cards for years. And that's how every single Pokemon player starts. And don't let anybody ever say otherwise, or they're lying. Everyone always has they always have cards, but they have no idea how to play the game. And typically they'll make up their own version of the game, and they say this is the way we play it at home, because they never actually learned the real rules. And then you have to retrain those people. But once you get them in there and you get them interested, then all of a sudden, boom, you actually have a player that's going to stay around for years and help support and keep your league alive. So you got to be able to do that to draw players in and keep them. It's one thing to get them to come in the door, but you got to have that environment where they want to stay, they want to play the game, and they also want to invest in the game. So if you are just coming in the door and they have their grubby cards, and you're like, okay, we'll build you a deck. Here you go. Here, go play with this. Yeah. And then someone pulls out their Reshazar deck and goes slap, slap, slap. Game over.
Didn't you do that tonight?
No, I didn't. She was very good, and she's been around for well over a year now, so kiss my butt. And my point being, though, when that young girl I played with tonight, when she first came in, she literally had a Tupperware box full of cards. and look, we've got her up to the point now. She understands the formatting. She's playing standard, and she didn't do bad. And for a completely homebrewed deck where she did not find any archetype online and was simply going with what was effective and what she's observed in League, I think she did very well.
Oh, I can definitely see that. I was looking at her deck, and I could tell, like, she understands that card is good, so she puts it in her deck, but she just doesn't understand the synergy and play sets yet.
Yeah, and she's definitely going to get there.
Yeah, definitely.
She that young lady actually went to a league challenge with our group down in Maryland, and she did rather well. She really did. It was expanded format, so she got to play really weird, goofy stuff, and she did well. She didn't win, but she didn't do poorly. She finished very high. I was very proud of that. So
that's awesome. It's always nice when somebody you put under your wing can
excel. Yeah, I'm happy with it. So anyway, that's my diatribe about organized play. So
are you familiar with the Marge Simpson meme?
I don't
Where
think
she's
so.
like, I just think they're neat.
No.
That's what you reminded me of when you were talking about the people that play, like, have Pokemon cards but they don't know how to play.
Well, I mean, like right now, my boys, they get on the bus and go to school, and they'll come home and they'll have new cards. I mean, they're beat to crap, and they're usually like, "Here's my my something EX." I'm like, "Where the heck did you get that?" and oh, such and such on the bus gave it to me. Well, why doesn't such and such on the bus come to League? Well, he doesn't play. He just has cards, but where's he get cards? I don't know.
Nobody knows where he gets them. He just has them.
But that's how kids get cards.
Right.
Every kid has Pokemon cards. Every single kid in that school has a Pokemon card, at least one. They might not know any idea what to do with it, but they have it, and nobody knows where they got it.
I was hanging out with like my watching my cousins a lot and their little kids, and I'm this is just as I'm getting into the Pokemon card game, like when I first started going to tournaments and stuff. So of course my dad has to tell everybody about, like, my son goes and plays cards. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So it was a big topic of discussion for a while. Like, it had to be brought up at every conversation, even if I wasn't trying to talk about it. And my cousins, they wanted to play cards too. So what I did to like motivate them to do chores is, and I would just give them like 100 bulk. Do all your chores this weekend. I'll give you 100 cards.
Really? 100?
Yeah, exactly. And then one day my cousin runs up to me and he's like, look, and pulls a full art Shaman EX. Now this is like prime time Shaman EX. Regular art is like $100. Pulls a full art Shaman EX out of his pocket. He's like, look what I got.
Out of his pocket?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, oh my goodness. I'll give you $20 for that card right now. So he gives it to me, and of course it's damaged, but playable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like I couldn't come up with what it was gonna be because he just pulled it out of his pocket. He was happy with 20, and it meant that this card was not going to get destroyed and ruined forever.
At least not any more than it already was.
He's like, I can't believe I got $20. I can go buy packs.
Yeah. Go forth, buy packs.
Yeah. So then I started trying to teach them. I bought them all binders and try to teach them to take care of their cards.
Yeah. And I think that's, a lot of times there's going to be two kinds of professors, good ones and bad ones. And the bad ones are the ones that they do it just because they think it makes them special. The other ones are ones that are actually going to nurture and build their leagues up and take care of those younger players. So if you ever go to a league and there's no young players around, just walk away. It means it's not really, that league's not really worth your time, because you may not want to play with the young players. So when you look around, you don't see them. You're like, okay, cool. There's no little kids here. No squeakers. But without those squeakers, that league is going to die. It's not going to grow. It's going to die. So every league needs the squeakers. Keep the squeakers around. Okay, so let's move on. So what else you got for me? What are we going on to next in the format?
Over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about how it seemed like we've been getting ready for them to add Unova to Pokemon Go.
Yep.
And now it's official.
Yep, I actually got some stuff already. I told everybody last week that Unova was coming out, and here it is. It's here. It's live. Oh, I got an egg. I got to hatch an egg. I was going to pull up my Pokedex, but I'm hatching an egg. Let's see.
No.
What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Oh, what's that?
How come you can play? Hold on, I'm getting my phones. I'm playing Masters. If you can play Pokemon Go, I'm playing Masters.
Well, I could be power leveling in Masters right now, which I did since I have left League this evening. That's what I was doing. I got one of my level 1s up into the mid 30s so far, but yeah. So we got the Unova. They're going to be releasing just a couple at a time, like they normally do. I think there's like 4 right now that you can get a hold of, and every couple of weeks they'll pop a few more out until we get the entire decks available. That's a pretty much par for the course. Every time that a new series comes out, that's how they run it. There is some other Pokemon Go news though, and it's a little weird. Some people think it was a typo. I don't think it is, because they haven't fixed it yet. If you follow Niantic on the Twitters, you'll see they posted a picture of Mewtwo, because we know Mewtwo was coming back as a raid boss. Now, for those of you familiar with competitive raiding and whatnot, you have tiers 1 through 5. They're saying that Mewtwo is coming back as a raid boss, but as tier 6. So it looks like we're going to be adding some more tiers into the hierarchy here, and having more difficult raids coming in the very near future. So look for that to be happening. If a lot of people said, "Oh, it's just somebody hit a 6 instead of a 5," but if that's the case, why haven't they fixed it yet? It's been up for a day now. If it was a mistake, Niantic would have just hit the old edit button and got that taken out. So apparently it's what they meant to type. So it looks like we're going to have tier 6 raids now.
Now, do you think tier 6 raids would have been data mined? Like when data miners have known about that before it was revealed?
I don't know, because with them being linked to the stops and being they're not. The Pokemon's already in game, so when they spawn it, they're spawning the attributes from the other end. I'm not sure that that would already be in the game or not.
I don't know much about what you can and can't find through data mining, but normally it's like seems like everything. So
I mean, I'm not the hacker I used to be. Let's put it to you that way. So I don't know. Hopefully, and I just found out about that tonight. So hopefully, if I get some more information about the MewTwo stuff, I will throw that out on next week's podcast. One of my sources for Pokemon Go information got his Facebook hacked, so I wasn't able to verify anything before the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually organized the Pokemon Go news for this episode. Normally, I don't do that.
No, normally you don't touch
that
Pokemon
explains
Go.
Why.
But this
I just noticed we didn't have anything yet, so I'm like, oh, this is what I've heard about. So,
well, I did it for the live stream. I actually did grab the image, but that was about it. I didn't really get much time to do anything else. So,
yeah, I didn't even look at the. Okay, yeah.
I did get the image put together, but as soon as I know anything more about that those tier 6 raids, I'll definitely put that on next week's podcast for everybody.
So speaking of data mines, there's another app that gets data mined to give us information early, and that's Pokemon Masters.
Yes, which I'm not as hardcore as you, but I'm getting into it.
Yeah, I was helping you out last night. Yeah, and we figured out your problem. So there's that.
But we still can't figure out how I got as far as I did.
I can't. Yeah, you gotta read what they say. You gotta read the tutorials at least.
Hey, I got up to level 10.
Chapter 10.
Chapter 10 without unlocking anything.
He didn't read where they told him to go to the training area to learn how to unlock his level caps.
I can't read.
So he got to chapter 10 without leveling, like with level 30 as his max level for 3 stars. It's crazy.
I guess I'm good. Imagine what I can do if I had strong guys.
Yeah, max. I played when I played through on my second account. By chapter 5 I had blue at level 70 or 75, whatever that level cap is.
I'm still not even there.
Yeah. Give or take 10 levels, it was like 65, 75. I don't remember now, but yeah, I just clicked auto battle for the entire story mode.
Insanity. So speaking of Pokemon Masters, before you get to your data mine, do we need to update the ticker at all? Are we still at $10 even for Duck?
Yes. Well, it's $10.99, but yeah.
Oh, $10.99.
That's what the package was.
I thought it was $9.99. No, you're saying it's $10.99.
Oh, was it? I mean, I think it's $10.99. I don't remember, but I just did that initial payment.
Nothing more yet.
Enough hours.
Nothing more yet.
No.
You thinking about it?
Nope. Can't
afford
it.
So if you could afford it,
if I had more expendable income, maybe.
Okay.
But
well, if anybody
for
watching live on Twitch, if you ! donate, you can send money to.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's get to your data mine on Pokemon Masters.
So just because we're talking about Pokemon Masters, I just want to throw it out there. If you haven't logged in since this weekend, they gave out 6K gems as bug compensation. So you can get 6,000 gems. That's enough for 20 character draws.
Now, did you have to log in during the initial, or is this going to be...
No, I don't know when they started it, because I was having some internet issues and I can't play on data with my 2 spare phones. So I didn't play until somebody said about it on Saturday. Yeah, I didn't realize. Like,
I was actually playing when it kicked in and said, "Hey, by the way, here."
So what it was they had a couple issues, but the biggest issues was the characters that have dire hit, like Karen and Phoebe. They're both pretty popular that do dire hits. They were supposed to have dire hit like plus, So it was supposed to make your chance for a critical hit go up 2 stages instead of 1. But since release, it's only been going up by 1. So how many games were different because you couldn't land a critical hit when you should have had double the chances? And that's just so that I don't know if it's a combination of like how much support they've gotten. They're like, okay, we're just gonna throw this out there because we want people to, we want to show people we appreciate this, or if it's literally just, hey, this is our problem, or hey, we had a problem, we didn't realize it greatly affected the game. Here's 6,000 gems,
and I used them immediately.
I used them on one account. I'm saving them on the other.
I used them immediately, and I showed you my team list, and
yeah, you have like all the best characters. I can't believe like you have the dream on your account,
and I haven't paid a dime, not a dime.
Karen, he's got Blue. He's got Olivia. The only character you're missing to be like the best player. Well, I mean, I guess people say Will's really good, but I don't feel it. But you're missing Phoebe. But even then, like that's just support. Like your characters for support,
I'll get
you
it.
Can get them in the story mode. You just need like the really hard hitters from the scout.
I'll get them.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing 5 stars like they're going out of style, man. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think you're only missing Phoebe and Chris, and you have all the 5 stars in the game right now. Oh, and Liza as well, Liza. I think the character they added in Heart Gold Soul Silver, she has a Meganium she's paired with.
Okay.
She was just added to the game. That was another thing I wanted to talk about. But the data mine information told us that we're gonna get Hilbert and Hilda.
You're gonna get Hilbert
players. Yeah.
Say it again.
Hilda.
No, say it again.
Hilbert and Hilda?
No, you did it the way you did it the first time. You're like, Hilbert.
I don't know how I said it.
Hilbert.
Hilbert and Hilbert and Hilda. And they're going to be... Hilbert is paired with Tepig. And Hilda is paired with Oshawott, I believe. I might be getting that mixed up.
Either way.
But yeah, they will both be added to the game in the near future.
Outstanding. More 5 stars for me to get.
Yeah,
for free.
Oh, and oh shoot, I can't believe I almost forgot about this. The electric type gym leader from Black and White is also added. She has a Sebstrika. I don't know her name.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not even gonna pretend like I forgot. I just don't know it.
Yeah, I don't know Gen 5 that great.
Yeah. Okay, so does that cover Pokemon Masters?
That's it for Pokemon Masters.
Oh, wow.
And then the final news. Now, this will be... I don't know how many people that listen to this podcast watch the Pokemon anime.
Not
I was
me.
actually surprised at some of the players, like, at your league, that like how many people knew about this. So, this is your spoiler warning. We're going to be talking about events that happened in the Pokemon anime in Japan. It's not quite caught up in English yet.
No, we don't get the simul dubs here, so they do take some time to catch up.
Right. So this is your spoiler warning for the...
Wait a minute. We're going to say spoiler warning, but the fact is this has already been reported by ESPN. This was on the ESPN social media pages.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
Yep, click away now. If you want to come back for our Q&A, come back in like 5 minutes. But this is your spoiler warning. This is if you get spoiled, it's not my fault. Ash, after 23 years, has finally, Ash has finally won a Pokemon League.
He has won a first regional championship.
He is the Alola region champion.
He is finally the very best, like no one ever was.
It might not. That math might be wrong. I don't know if the anime started when the show started or when the game started.
It is definitely 20 plus years at this point. I can tell you that it's definitely 20 plus years. Ash Ketchum has finally, while not aging a single day, has finally obtained a Pokemon championship. And it was instantly reported on ESPN, and I just laughed my rear off when I saw they actually did that.
So he usually gets up there I think he was like, there. I had an image I had that was floating around of like his placements in each region, and up until he was never even in the finals until Gen 6, which I really thought he was going to win that one. I thought he was gonna beat Alon in that I think it was like a 3 episode special. It was actually pretty crazy. I was watching the Japanese sub as it was coming out every Saturday. I would watch it, and my dad was I don't know, he was home every Saturday. This is back when we lived together. But yeah, he was watching, and he's like, "Is he gonna win? I hope he wins." And I'm like, "Dad, he never wins."
so in 1999, he finished in the top 16 in the Kanto region.
Oh, there we go. You found it.
And in 2002, he finished in the top 8 of the Johto. In 2005, we got to the top 8 of the Honan region. Then we got our best finish in the top 4 of the Shino region in 2010. Sinnoh. The Unova, he got top 8 again in 2013. Then in Kalos region, he got top 2. He came in second place in 2016. Now, finally, in the Aloha region in 2019, Ash Ketchum wins first place.
Yeah, his Kalos team was way better, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, he won first place, and I think this isn't just my thoughts. This isn't my bold prediction, but the internet is abuzz with this info. With the information that Ash won a championship finally, and the fact that we're getting a new anime, do you think this is the end of Ash?
I hope.
We already see people saying
goodbye, Ash.
Bye, Ash in the
chat. Yeah,
in the chat.
I really.
And what did I put as the title of the episode? Bye, Ash.
Bye, goodbye, Ash.
Yeah.
I kind of hope. The characters kind of, I think, run its course.
I hope so too, but just because it's just been too long.
Yeah, and about 2 or 3 episodes back, we had a similar discussion where we talked about the new series that's going to come out, and we think that it's going to be based around the storyline of Pokemon Masters.
Right. It could be follow multiple protagonists, or just one. I don't really care. I would really like for them to have a really well animated show.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon show. Like that's the only form of Pokemon that I don't really consume. I'm not entertained by the show so much. Even going back and watching the old episodes, it's nostalgic, but I don't think it's well written.
Oh no, God no. But we just had a conversation tonight at our league where we were talking about, we sit there and we say, hey, this is a children's card game, but when you look around the room, there was like one child playing. Now there was 4 of them in the room, but there was at that very moment there was only one junior playing a game. So, is it really a children's card game? No, not really. I mean, maybe it was 20 years ago when we started, but
it gets considered a children's card game because most of the media you see out there is catered towards products and the television show to get the kids into the series. But the video games and the card games have a whole another level that is way beyond what children can understand.
It really is. And, just because it's a colorful cartoon character, we automatically associate that with children. And, we had this phenomena, about 5 years ago at this point, when the whole reboot of My Little Pony came out. And we had all these bronies and whatnot watching. My oldest son at the time, he watched it, and I sat there and watched it. It was funny as hell. There was a lot of jokes that right over the head, and I thought it was funny as hell. And then they had an episode with John Delancey showing up, basically playing his Q character from Star Trek. Nobody else understood what was going on. The kids don't, but the adults do. And with Pokemon, you have this game that spawned into every kind of media, and you have people that have been playing this game for 20 plus years. So
it's almost been 20 years for me.
Yeah. So just the thought of, oh yeah, this is a kid's game, bite me. I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm I'm on the plus side of my 30s, so let's let's call a spade here. It's not a kid's game anymore. Just because it has a colorful character on it does not mean it's a kid's game. So the anime, if you're gonna keep doing it, using it as a vehicle to sell product, I get it. I understand that. But who's consuming that product? Is it going to be kids? Yes, there's always going to be children that are going to watch it because it's on, and because they have older brothers, older siblings, older relatives, neighbors, friends, whatever. That Pokemon's gonna be in our lexicon for our entire lifetime. It's not going away. It's the largest, most successful IP ever created.
Yeah.
So
it's the top grossing franchise of all time.
So it's not going away. We're going to have this product until the end of time at this point. Why not also try to gear that product towards an older audience? So if when the new anime comes out, if it does focus on multiple protagonists, like we've said, and kind of follows the same story as Pokemon Masters, for example, and it allows them to bring in characters from all these different past shows. I mean, just think about it. And this whole Alola thing, I know at some point, I don't watch it, but I know at some point they brought back Brock and Misty from the original series, and everybody was losing their ever-loving minds because these two animated characters showed up.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they gear it towards more of a adult version, I mean, without being strictly for adults, but ramp it up a little bit, make it a little bit more serious, give it some things that adults are going to understand better than children will, and maybe that's going to be a ticket to success for a while for them.
No, I totally agree. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be strictly like child friendly. Like, for example, how many people love Naruto, and a kid can enjoy that show, and I can enjoy that show as an adult. Or My Hero Academia, or any of these.
Oh God, I love My Hero.
One Piece or Bleach. I haven't watched those ones, but that's other examples. Like, any kid can be entertained by it, and it's like serious enough, and in my opinion, cool enough that I'm entertained watching it. Like, I am super excited for season 4 to come out next month, or this month.
For which one? My Hero?
Yeah, My Hero should be coming out soon.
I believe it's mid-October.
I don't know.
I believe it's mid-October.
Maybe. I think I'm gonna let the whole season end before I watch it, just because I know what's coming. I've read I read the new article every week when it comes out.
Nice.
It's gonna be good. But this isn't a My Hero podcast.
We can start one.
I think we'd be even more starved for news. Subscribe to our Patreon to My Hero. My Hero.
We
don't have a Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon yet. No. But hey, if people want us to talk about it, we'll talk about it. Hell, I don't care. I do have another podcast starting, just so everyone's aware. I will post it on my social media. I won't post it on the Mount Moon Review podcast site, mostly because it is going to be more of an adult-oriented nature. I'll leave it at that. If you just want to find out more about it, if you look up _raspberry01 on Facebook, you'll be able to find that page, and I'll post some information there about it. We both Duck and I have Twitch pages. Mine is _raspberry01. Duck's is Blue Duck Gold Duck without the E. So it's twitch.tv/Blue Duck Gold Duck without the E. And we both do basically Pokemon-related games. PTCGO, Nuzlocke challenges on... like right now, you're still working on your Ruby series, aren't you, Duck?
Yeah, I just, since that internet hiccup, I'm like mentally scarred and scared to try to stream.
You need to get back in the saddle. We need to see it. We need to see more Banana Jet.
Yeah, I have a friend who really wants to know what Banana Jet is because he can't figure it out, and I won't tell him because that means he doesn't support me. So he doesn't know.
So you need to support the duck, and you need to understand the banana jet. So make sure you do that. So if you all kinds of social media, if you look us up on there, you can find it. For those of you that are watching live on Twitch, you can also find the podcast in its audio form on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And if you want to watch it in a replay and you don't want to do it on Twitch, you want to do it on the go, you can also do it on our YouTube channel. If you just look up my YouTube channel, the_Raspberry01, it'll be right there. Typically, the YouTube channel's up sometime around midnight or so, and the audio version of the podcast usually hits all the platforms by about 8 a.m. or so, sometimes earlier for iTunes. Do you have any other information you want to share? Anything you want to plug tonight, Duck?
No, that's about it. Just if you haven't watched it, just go watch the Ash versus Alon battle on YouTube. That's
okay.
The season 6. Like, there was a little bit of a story arc after that, and that was pretty cool too. But their battle for the championship was really good. So, Ash versus Alon, go watch it.
Outstanding. So that being said, folks, we're gonna hopefully be back on schedule next week. So Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Twitch channel, and the audio version will be up usually by Tuesday morning. And I think that is all we have for tonight. Duck, you want to go ahead and sign us out?
Yeah, just until next time, everybody. Remember, if it's too good to be blue, it's probably gold.
You have a good night, folks. And if you're on our Twitch channel live, stand by after the end credits, and we will be back for the post show. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a delightful evening.
Just because your card is magic, you think you're safe because you killed my life orb. Baby, do you dare to not flinch? Cause I'm coming at you like a dark pulse. I know you're gonna throw. You're gonna throw a storm. But I got that lucky chance. There's no critical hits.